Hey guys, Freddy with Poor Man Mods here. Today we're going to show you how to install a BAK Revolver X4S bed cover for a 2022 F150. We got this bed cover from realtruck.com and it's actually a really straightforward and easy install. And this roll-up bed cover is my favorite style. There are a couple different style of bed covers out there, just pure fabric ones, and there's fold-up ones. This one rolls up and offers you a ton of bed space when it's rolled up. It does cover it a little bit when it's rolled up, which you'll see later in the video. But these are super strong, and as you can see, I have 4 wheels and tires on here, and it's handling that no problem. This bed cover is rated to hold 400 pounds evenly spaced, not in one spot. Off camera, I actually laid on this, and it was not good, but it did handle it, and it didn't break, and it survived. So I don't recommend laying on it, but if you do, it probably can handle it, and it did in this case. So I'm going to show you step by step how to install this thing, and really the only tool you're going to need is a 9/16 socket and a torque wrench. So let's get into it. All right, first step of this process is we're going to clean the bulkhead, or the front of the bed here. We're going to use some isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber. We're going to clean this just to get any dirt, wax, and grease off of here in preparation for our weather stripping. You don't want to use a degreaser or anything similar like that right here. It can leave a residue behind. Just use some good isopropyl alcohol and a towel. This bed cover kit comes with 2 different seals for right here, a 3/4 inch and a 1/4 inch seal. The thicker 3/4 inch seal is for trucks that do not have a drop-in bed liner. The thinner 1/4 inch seal is for trucks with a drop-in bed liner. This truck in particular has some Line-X sprayed on it. So we're just going to go with the thicker gasket here. We're going to put this all the way across. A couple extra inches here, which we'll just trim off. This foam pad at the end of the rail, if you have a drop-in bed liner, you can remove it, but since this truck does not have a drop-in liner, we're going to put that pad all the way against the bulkhead here. And these are labeled R and L. R is for the passenger side or the right side. L is the driver side or left side. With the cover rail in place, you have 3 of these clamps to secure the rail to each side of the bed. So 3 per side. You want the first one as far forward as possible and then just evenly space the other 2. And you're going to torque these to 10 foot-pounds. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but you can feel right here where the bed meets this rail. It's very obvious where this clamp will go. Kind of feels like a pinch weld on the bottom side of a vehicle. Place the nut facing you so it's easier to get your tool on. I have this torque wrench set to 10 foot-pounds. You want this one, the 3rd clamp, as close to the tailgate as you can. And pretty much rinse and repeat for the driver's side. Same process. Now for the fun part of this job, lifting the bed cover up on these rails. This white tab here on the cover is going to go right here. So we're going to place the cover here and then roll it out. Nothing has to lock in just yet. Each side of the bed cover gets 2 bolts, and the bolts are going to line up with these slots right here. Then on the inside of the bed, you'll have to install the nuts and washers. I'm inside the bed now. I have the bolts coming through the bracket here, and you're gonna use the hardware that comes with the kit. You're gonna place the rubber washer on the bolt first, then the metal washer, and then the plastic thumb nut. And these do have a nylon lock inside, so once that engages, it will get a little bit difficult to turn. And as you can see, one of the bolts comes through one slot, and the other bolt goes through the other slot. So just do that to both sides. You want to make sure that this seal on the cover is lined up with the rail right here. Make sure everything is nice and square before tightening those thumb nuts. Before going into the bed and tightening those thumb nuts, roll the bed cover up and down a few times and make sure that it's perfectly square and properly aligned, and also operate the latch a couple times. Just make sure that it's operating properly before finally tightening those thumb nuts. Oh, now that we have the bed cover aligned and it latches and it's nice and square, you can tighten down the thumb nuts. We can install the straps that secure it when it's rolled up. Place it as far forward as possible. It's probably going to be right next to the clamp for the rail cover. And this also gets torqued to 10 foot-pounds. And this goes up and over. To secure the cover when it's rolled up, we'll install another clamp on the driver's side. Last part of this install is installing these bumpers. It's like a weather stripping on the cover here, just as an insurance policy in case it rolls forward. You don't want it to hit your glass. So we're going to put these on here appropriately to where if this were to roll forward, it hits it with the rubber and not the metal. And I offset these a little bit just for maximum coverage. I have this row a little bit further in, this row a little bit further out, just for maximum coverage. All right, so we got the BAK Revolver X4S bed cover installed. Really straightforward install. Like I said, all you need is a 9/16 socket and a torque wrench, or you can just do it by hand and you don't need a torque wrench, but it's good to torque it. The pieces are aluminum and you don't want to over torque it and break it. Super easy to install if you follow this video and the instructions, and it's definitely going to give this truck and its cargo a lot more protection and security. Since this isn't just fabric, you can't just stab through it with a knife. It's very secured. It can't be opened with the tailgate up. And like I said, it can hold up to 400 pounds evenly spaced. We have this set of wheels and tires up here. It's handling that no problem. It even survived me laying on it. Granted, I would not recommend it. It did not feel good, but it did survive and it did not break. So that kind of speaks to how strong it is. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.